Ladies and gentlemen, the day has finally come. Today's video is going to be our final rebuild here on NBA 2K23. Now, typically every single year, I just do some sort of fantasy draft, kind of call that my last video, and today's not going to be any sort of exception. Today, though, we're not going to be doing a normal fantasy draft. We're going to do a Legends fantasy draft with everybody in their prime. So our goal today is to build the most insane team possible and hopefully capitalize on the final rebuild of 2K23 and get a couple championships. So this is definitely a bittersweet moment. I've had a lot of fun with 2K23. I've had a lot of growth in my professional and personal life, and I really do want to thank you guys for all of that. Of course, I am looking ahead until 2K24, but until that drops, I'd like to take a minute to reflect on this a little bit. So we'll chat about some things throughout the video, but seriously, I just want to say thank you guys for another great year. I've been doing this for a long time, and I hope to continue doing it for a long time. So yeah, man, on top of that note, we still do not have a finalized first team for 2K24's rebuild on Friday. So if you guys have anybody you really want to see come first, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. I know I also asked this in yesterday's video, but I'll still be checking out all the comments because we have not made a decision yet. So yeah, man, once again, thank you guys so much for a great year in 2K23. Still got one rebuild left though. Let's get into this one. All right, so it is a fantasy draft, which means we still obviously have to select a team and we have to draft a team. Now, obviously, with all the legends, there are tons of 90 overalls. It really doesn't matter. This is obviously not too big of a challenge today for our final video, but I will go through randomly with the eyes closed, and I will stop and select a random team, and we'll stop here in 3, 2, and 1. We end up with the Thunder. I actually just had the Thunder yesterday. I'm going to do a different team, and stop. And we end up with the Spurs. I did remember to turn off previously traded draft picks. It should not matter. So, moment of truth. What pick are we going to have? Let's just see kind of the order. So, LeBron goes number 1. Kareem goes number 2. Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time. I'm not getting into that, but goes number 3. Let's just see where we're at right now. And it appears we have the 12th overall pick. So if we take a look at some of the guys that have gone before, I mean, really not a ton of surprises. I mean, these are some of the greatest players in NBA history. But something kind of caught my eye right as we were going ahead and drafting, because Kobe Bryant is here. 26-year-old Kobe Bryant. Now, Shaquille O'Neal is also here. You have Hakeem Olajuwon. Giannis is here. I don't really want to draft a lot of current players or really have a lot of current players in my team. Obviously, I've kind of used them throughout a lot of rebuilds, and I think it would be cool to kind of get some legends who we don't really get to do rebuilds with too often. But obviously, a lot of options here. You have AI, but I think the pick's pretty obvious. I'm going to take Kobe. I could also take Shaq, but again, we're not going to be able to get both of these guys, obviously. But Kobe's 3 years younger. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take him. So welcome to the team, Kobe. I'm excited about that. I'm going to make my first 3 picks, and then we'll work on something after this. But obviously, we have that shooting guard spot kind of figured out. In terms of what could come next, I'm seeing a lot of current players. Like, these first 4 are obviously still all very, very good. I mean, Joel Embiid just won an MVP. Nikola Jokic just won a championship. He has multiple MVPs. Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, all here. Prime Derrick Rose and Kobe in a backcourt, though, would be so insane. You have Dave Cowens here, Dominique Wilkins. Patrick Ewing would even be really nice to add to this team. Man, there's so many options. My GOAT, Paul Pierce. Oh, man, this is fun. This is fun. I think my pick's probably going to be Derrick Rose. Now, I know I was touching upon the fact that I don't want a lot of current players, and yes, Derrick Rose is still in the NBA, but, you know, when I said current players, I meant like guys who are obviously still in their prime. Like, I didn't want to draft Giannis. I don't want to get Embiid or Jokic really right now. Like, prime Derrick Rose doesn't really exist anymore. So, I mean, there's a strong argument for me to go out and get Patrick Ewing, but prime D Rose and Kobe in the same backcourt is absolutely insane. So, that's my pick. We'll make one more. Hopefully some sort of big man we can get at this point. Gary Payton is here. Obviously be a great option at the point guard spot. Really strong defensive-minded player. Paul Pierce is here, though. This is my GOAT. I'm a huge Celtics fan. You all know that. Oh, man, Willis Reed is here. I mean, these are just a lot of great options. But, you know, I did say we're looking kind of big man. Dennis Rodman's here. It's 36-year-old Dennis Rodman, though. I might... Ooh, prime Dwight Howard. Damn. I'm taking Paul Pierce. I'm sorry. It could be my Celtics bias. It'd also be funny to see Kobe and Paul Pierce on the same team. You know, they battled against each other in 2 NBA finals. I think it'd be cool to see. All right, and then our final pick here, Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, Jimmy Butler. I know I said I was doing 3. I want to do another one. We have Dikembe here. Fat Lever. Oh, my God. These are just some cool names that you really don't see. Now, Yao Ming is here. Yao Ming, obviously, without injuries, probably has a little bit of a different career, and especially in terms of longevity. But, like, I don't really know. Is Yao Ming my guy? He might be. I mean, between Yao Ming and Dikembe, obviously, but Dikembe's 32 and Yao's only 28. Fuck it, I'm taking Yao Ming. All right, I'll see you guys the rest of this team. What awesome. I love it. All right, so going over the rest of this roster, obviously we made 4 draft picks. We got Kobe Bryant, we got Derrick Rose, we got Paul Pierce, and we got Yao Ming. They drafted me Spencer Haywood, who's 24 years old at that 89 overall. We're going to have Allen Houston in all likelihood as a 6-man. We have Vlade Divac. Funny enough, seeing him and Kobe on the same team. David West is here. Mike Conley, Sean Elliott, Drew Holiday, Morris Peterson, and Jim Chones. I don't know. These guys are probably outside my knowledge of basketball, unfortunately. But I like this team a lot. Obviously, being led by Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, second greatest shooting guard in NBA history, is awesome. Now, obviously, every single team is going to be awesome. There's really no kind of way around that. But I really do like our group right now. And yeah, man, we're gonna have some work to do because obviously this team is good, but there's a lot of good teams in this league. So something also that I'm sure some of you are maybe wondering about. Obviously, with all these guys being such high overalls, they're obviously all going to have very, very large contract demands. Now, we're not playing with a salary cap on, but I'm not going to allow myself to just willy-nilly kind of sign whoever I want. Typically, the way I do it with Legends Fantasy Drafts is I allow myself to sign 190 plus overall and 280 plus overalls every single offseason. That does not include my players if I want to bring them back. So if like Kobe's going to free agency this offseason, I can bring him back while still bringing in another 90 plus overall. Make sense? I hope so. We'll figure it out. But in terms of any sort of trades we want to make right now, I mean, there could be something on the horizon. No offense against Spencer Haywood. I wouldn't mind upgrading this position a little bit. Now, in terms of our draft picks, we literally only have ours. I did turn off previously traded picks, which makes sense. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to make a small upgrade at the power forward spot. So let's see what we can do. Okay, we just made a trade with the Warriors, and we made an upgrade at our power forward spot. We acquired Chris Webber for Spencer Haywood, Drew Holiday, and our unprotected first this year. Now, I'm not going to worry about the value of first-round picks because let's be realistic in the situation here. Nobody that I draft, including Victor Wembanyama, is really going to even crack the rotation throughout the 3 years of this rebuild. Let's just be honest with each other. As good as we think Victor Wembanyama may be one day, he's not battling with these legends right now. So giving up that first-round pick this year that did have a bunch of stars, although I don't really think we're going to be a bad team whether we made that trade or not, it's fine with me. Our draft picks are really going to be nothing but trade chips at this point. And obviously we just cashed one in, added 27-year-old, 93 overall Chris Webber. So that's probably going to be it for trades for me for now. I mean, again, I don't love the depth, and that is kind of crazy to say. I think there's definitely some better options out there, but I'm very happy with how this team looks right now. So let's set this rotation. So after our one and only trade here, we are finalized the rotation, and we are ready for year one in San Antonio. It's going to be Derrick Rose, Kobe Bryant, Paul Pierce, Chris Webber, and Yao Ming. Just an absolutely insane starting five. Bench unit's going to be led by Allen Houston, Mike Conley, Vlade Divac, David West, and Sean Elliott. Unfortunately, like Morris Peterson and Jim here and John Drew, again, I don't really know who these two guys are, but that's neither here nor there, are not going to be getting minutes, and they are relatively okay overalls. They're just not super high or anything like that. But this 1 through 5 is absolutely insane. Never mind the fact that we're led by one of, if not the greatest coach in NBA history. So very excited to see how this kind of first season goes. I think we can be contending. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. So year one was interesting to say the least. We went 46-36 on the year, and honestly, I don't know if I should be happy about that or kind of mad, because although that is a solid record, it's not great, but it's solid. There's a lot of other good teams, so I feel like that could be like an okay record, but there's also a part of me that's like, maybe they're just insane. I don't know. Oscar Robertson is your MVP, the OG Mr. Triple-Double himself. Hell of a season. Billy Cunningham is your Rookie of the Year. Bill Russell is your DPOY, my GOAT. Taylor Jenkins, Coach of the Year. So is there we're missing an award here. Oh, we're missing Most Improved, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's not a thing. That's fine. Taylor Jenkins wins Coach of the Year with 48 wins. So, yeah, we're a 4 seed here. You can see that right there. Let's take a look at the full standings. The Rockets, the Grizzlies, and the Thunder were all ahead of us. And, yeah, man, Orlando appears to be really, really good, though. Oscar won an MVP. Mitch Richmond, Jimmy Butler, George McGinnis, Dave Cowens. You got Manu off the bench. I mean, not a bad team. I don't know if they're really that good, but I don't know. We'll see. Kobe Bryant leads us in scoring, followed by Paul Pierce, Chris Webber, Derrick Rose, Yao Ming, Houston, Conley, West, Divock, Elliott. In terms of rebounds, it was Webber, and then assist was Derrick Rose. All right, let's dive into the playoffs. We have the Golden State Warriors here. Allen Iverson, Jason Richardson, Marquise Johnson, Josh Smith, Moses Malone is here. Moses Malone is a very underrated NBA legend. Let's dive into this first round right now. We're up 2-0 super quick. We go up 3-0, make that 3-1, make that 3-2, and they force a Game 7 after being down 3-0, and here goes nothing. Thank God we win. We do not choke. Thank the Lord. And Utah upsets the one-seeded Rockets in round 1, and we'll have them here in the Western Conference semifinals. Gary Payton, Ray Allen, Julius Erving, Kristaps Porzingis, Wayne Embry. No disrespect to Celtics legend Kristaps Porzingis, but does he really deserve to be in a starting 5 with an all-legends fantasy draft? I don't know about that one, but nonetheless, they did just pull off an upset against a 1 seed, and we're currently down 2-0, so I guess we got to give them a lot of respect. We're 2-2 right now with them. We go down 3-2. We're going to Game 7, and we lose in 7. Pretty disappointing. Here's a look at the Grizzlies. They're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. It's an interesting team. And the Jazz, obviously, who we just lost to. And then we saw the Magic. Here's a look at the New York Knicks with Michael Jordan and James Worthy. God damn. All right, let's just sim through the rest of the playoffs. Obviously, there's nothing we can really do right now. It is Julius Erving and Oscar Robertson headlining the NBA Finals. And the Jazz, I'm pretty sure, just came back from being down 3-1. And Julius Erving is your Finals MVP. Good for you, Julius. It was a pretty good Jazz team. I'll give them that. All right, player retirement. So we're seeing some things here. I'm happy I didn't draft Dennis Rodman. I almost did. And, well, not almost, but, you know, he was a consideration for me in terms of draft. And, yeah, because he retired after 1 season in this. I feel like, again, I don't know. In terms of overall, I have no problem with Dennis Rodman being a 93. You can probably make an argument for him to even be a little bit higher. But, like, supposed to be like a prime Legends fantasy draft. Like, I shouldn't be seeing the 36, 37-year-old Dennis Rodman for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just feels a little weird. Staff retirements. Thiago Splitter. What? Draft lottery. We traded our pick. Not that it's in the lottery anyways. And again, the draft lottery. The only benefit, again, in terms of like doing well in the draft lottery is having a trade asset. No matter who you draft, they're not going to be important. I have to make sure I get Greg Popovich back. This is a very much needed rebuild for him, and I do not want him going anywhere. So let's head up to the draft and see what we got. Obviously, we don't have our own first-round pick this year. We traded it. We do have our own second. It's at number 23, which I'm just going to move for, some future seconds. Again, nobody we draft is helping out. We're not going to draft anybody probably throughout this rebuild. Let's take a look. Qualifying offers, we have none. Obviously, a big free agency coming up here, and we have some crazy options here in terms of who we want to go out and who we want to sign. So there's a couple approaches we can take here. We have both Michael Jordan and LeBron James sitting in this free agency class. But you also have Larry Bird here. You have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And again, I don't want to call it a problem, but the reality of the situation is we can really only sign one of those guys, along with bringing back, obviously, our own free agents in some of those. So, shit. I mean, thinking of this strategically, I'm not trying to like shit on Yao Ming, but like Kareem would be a big upgrade over him at that center spot. Now Michael Jordan is here though. Like Dirk is here. Magic Johnson is here. Like these are great options. And again, this is probably going to be the best free agency class I ever see. I just don't know. I really don't. Now obviously they have to agree to a contract with us no matter what. The way I'm kind of thinking about going about this, though, is I kind of make an offer to all of them, and I decide after that. I mean, Larry Bird's a very viable option for me here. And again, he would be an upgrade over Paul Pierce. I don't want to disrespect two Celtics legends, but I mean, he would be. He really would be. Now, I'm going to try to eliminate, and it's no disrespect against LeBron or anything, obviously. It would be great to have him on this team. I'm just trying to kind of go with players who are not obviously still in the league and still really good. Like, LeBron's still playing at a very high level. Not 24-year-old LeBron, but you know what I'm saying. So I only have 3 offers here on day one. That's the most he can make. I'm going to offer one of them to Larry Bird. I think it's a smart choice, honestly, because obviously we could just trade Paul Pierce if we had to. I'm also going to make an offer to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I would love to have him on this team. And then finally, I think Michael Jordan has to be that final offer. I mean, it would be stupid not to offer Michael Jordan a contract. So those are the three we're making offers to. I can wait on pretty much everybody we have because Derrick Rose has no offers. He's the one I was like really worried about, but we should be able to retain him. So moment of truth. We end up with all three of them. Oh my God. Now, I've obviously established the rules that I have for myself for a reason. Like, I don't want to go out and just sign $399 overalls. It's not going to be any sort of a challenge. Now, this obviously isn't the most hard rebuild anyways, but we're trying to make it somewhat challenging. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, there's an argument for all of them. There really, really is. I'll say this, and it literally, it morally hurts me to say this, but I think I have to eliminate Michael Jordan. And I'm only saying that because, one, Kobe Bryant is the highest overall player on our team right now. And it really feels like we would be getting, I don't want to say like an exact duplicate, but a very similar player in Michael Jordan to play next to Kobe Bryant. So that might be something I end up regretting because he's Michael fucking Jordan. But I really do think Kareem could probably be a more important piece for us. So I'm signing Kareem. Larry Bird was kind of, I don't want to say a backup option over Kareem, but, you know, we were just going to trade Paul Pierce at that point if we didn't, you know, do that, obviously, for a new center. But, again, it's nothing against Yao Ming either. It's just, if you look at the starting five, that's where we need the upgrade the most. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to be coming to San Antonio. God, it hurts if we're, you know, not accept Bird and MJ, but we got to do it. We have to do it. And then in terms of Derrick Rose, obviously bringing him back is cool. I mean, it doesn't matter. He was one of our own free agents. And then anybody else, I wouldn't mind bringing back Allen Houston. I think he was relatively important. And I can say the same about David West. All right, so we get all those guys here. Everybody else here, I mean, doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I have to make sure I don't lose the bench for nothing. I can also sign 180 plus overall, you know, 80 to 89, basically whoever I want that was not on our team before. So obviously I can still do that as well. And then I have unlimited money. I can bring back really everybody. Let's just do that. And then we'll work on some trades if we have to. I mean, there's really no salary cap. Morris Peterson and John Drew can go. We're good there. But yeah, man, that's insane. And then what we're going to do right now, wow, Larry's still here. That's wild. Let's look at the team. I'm sticking with Derrick Rose. He's going to be there. In terms of like an 80 to 89 overall that I could bring in, I think we have some options. I really do. I wouldn't mind maybe upgrading the backup small forward spot with Sean Elliott. I don't, again, know who my options really are here for guys that are like 89 overall maxed out at small forward. I mean, we got to obviously look. So let's see. I mean, these are kind of some of my options right here. I mean, Peja's here. I would definitely prefer Peja. Kiki Vanderway is here. I mean, we have the options. Andre Iguodala is here. Definitely could be a viable option for me. But, I mean, again, none of these guys are obviously going to be as good as some of the 90 overalls we could sign. It is what it is. I'm going to bring in Peja. He's going to be my new backup small forward behind Paul Pierce. And then other than that, I'm not really seeing anything major. What I might try to do is maybe make a significant upgrade at the power forward spot. Again, I don't know what that would be, and is it necessary? Probably not, but I wouldn't mind doing it. So nothing's 100%, but obviously huge addition here with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, greatest center in NBA history. And I'm going to go out and see if I can find myself a new power forward. Oh my God, we just pulled off a big trade with Portland, and we added NBA legend Pau Gasol to this team. We have Kobe and Pau once again playing together. You truly do love to see it. Now, I definitely gave up a lot in terms of value, but let's look at this from a logistical side of it. I mean, obviously, Pau's going to come in and replace Chris Webber. We don't really need Vlade Divac anymore now that we signed Kareem. And Jim Chona, I don't know. And Sean Elliott weren't going to play anyways. So, my God, man, we have made an absolute God squad here. I'm loving it. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. We just had one of the craziest off seasons ever. I mean, obviously making some significant additions to this team. We have an entirely new front court, and man, oh man, am I feeling good right now. It is Derrick Rose, Kobe Bryant, Paul Pierce, Pau Gasol, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bench unit's going to be led by Allen Houston, and we obviously move Yao Ming to the bench. David West, Peja Stojakovic, and Mike Conley. What a fucking team. Now, obviously, every team is still really good, and in order to win anything, we're all going to have to kind of play as one cohesive unit. Now, obviously, there's a lot of really good players here, and there's only one basketball. So, hopefully, this doesn't kind of end up backfiring, but I don't really think it will. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. My God, what a team. We go 61-21 here at the end of year 2 as Wilt Chamberlain in Milwaukee putting up an absolutely insane stat line. James Harden's your rookie. I don't even know how that's or sixth man, not rookie of the year, excuse me. Oh, wow. So what ended up happening here is no rookies actually got minutes, which means nobody got rookie of the year. That's kind of crazy to kind of just think about, but wow, that's surprising. Scottie Pippen is your D-Boy, Ja Morant most improved, and Pop wins Coach of the Year. I'm assuming 61 wins is the best record in the league. Look at this. Luka Doncic, a member of the Atlanta Hawks. Surprise, surprise that their players are doing well. It's a double cheat code. Because 1, it's Atlanta, 2K loves him, and 2, it's Luka. 2K obviously loves him. But, yeah, man, no disrespect to Luka, just seeing him on a team with, like, NBA legends is kind of interesting. I don't know. Let's take a look at the standings right now. We are far and away the best team in the West, and we are 3 games up on the Bucks for the best record in all of basketball. Here's a look at the numbers on the year. Some obvious, discrepancies because, obviously, a lot of legends on this team. Scoring is going to even out a little bit. Rebounds was led by Kareem. Assists was Kobe Bryant. Wow, so much for the narrative. He doesn't pass the ball. All right, Minnesota. Reggie Theus? I don't know. Monte Ellis, Purvis Short, awesome name. Kevin Love and Andrew Bynum. No disrespect, this should be the easiest first-round matchup of all time. That's a sweep. Moving on to the Utah Jazz. Tony Parker, Ben Gordon, Julius Erving, again Porzingis, Wayne Embry. Yeah, I mean, I don't think really? I don't think it's crazy to think that we're just a lot better than this team. And we're going to a Game 7. And we're in the Western Conference Finals. All right, it's us and the Memphis Grizzlies. Tiny Nate Archibald, David Thompson, Larry Bird. Is the Larry Bird, or the non-signing, rather, of Larry Bird going to come back and bite me in the ass? We will see. You got Bob Pettit here and Mark Gasol. So let's see if we can take on the Grizzlies and hopefully walk our way into an NBA Finals. We're 2-2 right now. We go up 3-2, and we end up winning. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Bob McAdoo, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Here is a look at the New York Knicks. Fat Lever, Dwayne Wade, James Worthy, Scotty Barnes. Oh, my polar bear in Arlington, Texas. What the hell is Scotty Barnes doing in a starting lineup like this? You have Harden off the bench, Darren Williams, Gus Williams. Interesting. I mean, again, no disrespect to Scotty Barnes, but I mean, just like, what are we doing? I don't know. All right, let's see if we can wrap this up in 5. I'd love to get a little bit of gameplay, kind of shoot the shit with you guys a little bit, and maybe reminisce a little bit on 2K23. Obviously, we still have a year to go, but might as well. I'll see you guys in there up 17. So assuming I don't blow a really big lead, we should be kind of closing this one out rather easily. I mean, 17 points is a big lead, but nothing would surprise me. I'm dog shit at this game, as I'm sure many of you know. But yeah, man, I mean, this was kind of a fun way to, end the final rebuild of 2K23. Obviously, it sucks having to always end something, but, I am looking forward to 2K24. I'm hoping they made some improvements to my NBA anyways. I mean, again, I've looked into some of it, but when, just kind of looking over some of the things they changed, I mean, nothing really caught my eye too much. I mean, I know they made a bunch of changes with, like, the new CBA and everything, which is good. I mean, obviously for, people who do realistic rebuilds, and I myself have even considered doing some of them, is obviously good. I mean, that's always good. But, I mean, in terms of anything major, I think there's still going to be the same BS regression system. We're probably still going to see some of the same issues in terms of just, like, I don't know. I mean, just spitballing here, like, shot tendencies are still going to be a problem. We all know that. But, I mean, again, we all fully kind of expect that every cycle of 2K. I mean, let's be realistic with each other here. My NBA is not a mode that really makes this game a lot of money. Now, a lot of people do like it, and I'm not saying they shouldn't pay attention to it. I really wish they did. But again, this mode is not my team. It's not my career. People aren't out spending money on VC or MT or anything like that. So, I mean, you have to be kind of cautiously optimistic when you think of changes from my NBA, which sucks because, I really wish they would obviously make some changes. It would be good to see them kind of care about a community like we have here. But, yeah, man, I guess, beggars can't be choosers. So we will obviously play it and we will embrace it like we always do. Kobe Bryant to the rack. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I am looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to hopefully some sort of new layout or something. I think they have, like, something new every year in terms of a layout. I mean, there's always some small changes, and again, there's some, I don't know, so I don't want to call them modes, but, like, that's on Kareem, isn't it? Yeah. There's some, like, settings almost I never even, like, look into, like, in my league or my NBA, so maybe I'll do that a little bit more. into new 2K24, but we will see. And obviously tomorrow we're going to have our first 2K24 rebuild. And again, I don't know who it's going to be yet, and I'm still looking for suggestions. So anything you guys want, anything you guys really want to see, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. But other than that, I'm just enjoying this final rebuild here. This is going to be the final gameplay in 2K23, so good to kind of get this done. We've had a lot of gameplay in this year. Not a lot of good gameplay, but a lot of gameplay nonetheless. And I'm ready for the new 2K. I really am. So yeah, also, some people, obviously, I think today will probably be posting 2K24 just because, you know, especially on Xbox, it's very, very easy to just change your kind of location or your time zone to New Zealand, and you have it basically a day early. That's not really a thing with PlayStation or especially PS5. It is, but you have to make an entirely new account, and then it becomes a pain in the ass when you want to transfer it back to your main account when the game actually drops. So I didn't do it. I decided to wait anyways. Quite honestly, I don't really have that big of a problem with having to wait an extra day. I don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal. Also, a lot of the time anyways, a lot of servers go down as soon as the new 2K drops, and I don't know, maybe they'll fix that by the time it actually comes out here in the US. So I am excited though. I am looking forward to it. And again, we do not know who's going to be the first rebuild, so let me know anybody you want to see down below in the comment section. Obviously, we will get to everybody, but we will see. Closing out 2K23 with a Kobe slam. You love to see it. I'll see you guys with the finals MVP. We end up beating the New York Knicks in 5 games, and Derrick Rose is your finals MVP. You love to see it. So obviously our final offseason here in 2K23, a little bit emotional, a little bit sad, but you know what? All good things must come to an end. In terms of some retirements, I mean, there's nothing major there anyways, in, you know, the grand scheme of things. Hall of Fame, Paul Arizin, I'm terrible with names, you all know that. Jersey retirements there, and then draft lottery. Again, we're not going to have a lottery pick. It doesn't really matter anyways. And, yeah, let's just do staff signing. Popovich did not call it a career. Thankfully, we definitely need him today. And into our final season, I'd like to cap it off with a championship. I mean, you can't really go out with a bang if you don't win a championship. So let's just trade this for a future first from the Bucks. Thank you very much. As I mentioned, not drafting anybody. No options here and free agency. No qualifying offers. And let's see. Okay, we have some options here. We have some options. Oh, baby, I do not know. Wait, is this? Oh, this is. I was gonna say, is there another Kobe? No, this is just our Kobe. Yeah, I definitely have to make sure I get him back. Shaq is here. It'd be cool to pair up Shaq and Kobe again, but ultimately, I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with Kareem. I don't know. I really am. I wouldn't mind making an upgrade over Paul Pierce though. So maybe we try to sign Vince Carter, who's only 24 years old. I mean, it's an option. You have Julius Erving here as well. Probably beats out Vince Carter in terms of career accolades, but I don't know. Elgin Baylor's even here. I mean, there's a lot of options here, obviously, but wait, is this oh shit. We have to make sure we get Pau Gasol back too. Yeah, man, we have some free agents here that I definitely didn't really realize. So I obviously have to make an offer to Kobe right now because he would definitely accept an offer on day one. So max contract, player option, no trade clause. I do want to get Paul Pierce and Yao Ming back as well, but we can wait on them. And then, yeah, Pau Gasol is actually a free agent. We just don't have bird rights on him. So, yeah, I definitely would like to make sure we get him back. Obviously, no salary cap, doesn't really matter. And then for our free agent, I mean, I'm between Vince Carter and Julius Erving. I think Julius Erving probably makes the most sense, but it does suck because Vince Carter has no offers. We kind of know we could get him. I don't know. I'm going to try Julius Erving. We'll see. I mean, we just want it all. He'll probably want to come here. So those are our 3 offers, and we end up getting all of them. That is great. I still want to bring back Pierce and Yao Ming, and then pretty much everybody else is free to go. So, yeah, man, that's going to be kind of our final major signing. Paul Pierce, hopefully get him back, and then Yao Ming. I'd like to do the same. But what a team we have built. Just an absolute God squad. This team has well over $1 billion in contracts on it. I wouldn't mind upgrading the backup point guard spot. Again, no disrespect to Mike Conley, but in the grand scheme of things, probably quite isn't there with some of these other legends, and maybe even the backup power forward spot. Yeah, let's see if we can make a couple other trades. I mean, we still have some assets here, and we actually are still able to sign, you know, somebody off the bench. So let's just see. Is there any 89? Ooh, Rondo. Like, this isn't exactly prime Rondo, but Rondo would be awesome off the bench. Yeah, no, Bradley Beal, probably not. Mark Aguirre, Bobby Jones. Yeah, you know what? Call me a hater. I'm going out, and call it my Celtics bias if you want. I want to go out, and I want to get Rajon Rondo. So Rondo's going to be the new backup here, backing up prime Derrick Rose, and then we're going to find some other trades. Maybe an upgrade at the backup shooting guard. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, our final trade came with the Brooklyn Nets, and we added Ray Allen, one of the best shooters in NBA history, to this team. Now, I don't think we're going to have the assets to really go out and find a major upgrade in our backup power forward spot, but you know what? It can't hurt to look. So I'll throw David West 2 first-round picks up. I mean, if I see anybody that I would consider Bob Love, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for a significant backup power forward option upgrade, and I'm not really seeing it. Draymond Green actually could be fun. You know what? I might take Draymond Green. I think his style would kind of fit this team pretty well. So you know what? We're taking Draymond Green. No disrespect to David West, but I'm gonna take a flyer on Draymond Green. But this team's fucking wild. I'll see you guys at the start of our final season here at NBA 2K23. Year 3, the final season of this rebuild and the final season of NBA 2K23 is finally here. A very bittersweet moment, but we were hoping we can cap it off with the greatest team I've ever created and the greatest championship run of all time. It is going to be Derrick Rose, Kobe Bryant, new addition here in Julius Erving, Pau Gasol, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bench unit is going to be led by Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Yao Ming, Rajon Rondo. I just realized I have kind of 3 out of the 4 big 4 from the '08 Celtics. Awesome. And also, Draymond regressed like crazy. I don't know why. It's not a big deal. He's playing 10 minutes a night. But yeah, man, what a team. What a fun rebuild this has been. I'm hoping we can cap it off with one more championship. I'll see you guys at the end of the third and the final season ever. I kind of fucked up. I wasn't paying attention. I was scrolling through Twitter, as I always do when these seasons simulate. I didn't see our record. My mistake. But yeah, man, fun way to cap it off. Derrick Rose with an MVP. Scoot Henderson gets some playing time in his technically second season, but first, and actually an insane season with all these legends, and wins Rookie of the Year. Bill Walton, your 6th man of the year. Mel Daniels, is your depoy. Josh Giddey, most improved. And wow, we went 71-11 in Greg Popovich, coach of the year in our final season. So, I mean, I guess the only thing left to do is just cap it off with a championship, and I'm really hoping we can do that. So let's take a look at the numbers on the year. Kobe Bryant, Kareem, Derrick Rose, Irving, Gasol, Allen, Pierce. I mean, just an absolute god squad. Rebounds was Kareem, assists was Derrick Rose. All right, round 1 here is the Jazz. They've been a bit of a pain in our ass so far throughout this rebuild, and they're pretty good right now. I just think we're a lot better. I mean, I just really don't think there's much competition. We sweep. We're moving on to the Trailblazers. Kenny Anderson, Scottie Pippen at the 2, KD, Kevin Love, Dave Cowens. You got Zach LaVine as a 6th man. Yeah, and thanks, but no thanks. 7-seeded Denver Nuggets with Dennis Johnson, Sidney Moncrief, John Havlicek, Dirk, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaq as a 6th man. Oh my God, how is Shaq not 6th man of the year? That is absolutely insane. We're up 2-1 right now. They go 2-2. We go up 3-2, and we're going to a game 7. I do not want to lose in my final season in NBA 2K23. Oh my God. God damn it. That sucks. That sucks. I guess it wasn't meant to be. I mean, that team was good, but I mean, my God almighty, I thought we were better. Who's on the Celtics? That team's beatable. Yeah, man. I mean, this was by far our best team yet, and I guess it just wasn't meant to be for the final year. But mark my words, I will be winning a championship with whatever team we do as our first rebuild in 2K24. But yeah, man, I know I've touched on it throughout this rebuild, but once again, just want to say thank you guys for another great year. I had a ton of fun throughout, 2K23. There was a lot of growth for me, as I mentioned, both personally and professionally, and I really am looking forward to a great year in 2K24 starting tomorrow. So yeah, man, I don't know how many times I've said this at this point, but I still do not have a finalized, team that will be first in terms of the rebuilds tomorrow. And I'm looking for all the comments. I'll read through every single comment, I promise you, up until the time that I press record on that first rebuild in 2K24. So yeah, man, once again, cannot thank you guys enough from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for a great year in 2K23. We're hoping for all the best in 2K24. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed all my videos here in 2K23. I know I had a blast doing it for you guys. So as always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in 2K24.